Good day. My name is Daniel Philip Talentino, and I am a student here in EMG110, Section E01, Principles of Management. Through my days attending this course, I can say that I have gained so much important knowledge when it comes to not only in managing businesses, I also learned the aspects of being a great leader. There are many more lessons, which I will discuss later, that I have learned on this topic of principles of management by which I can use when I finish college and I have a career in multimedia. One day, I may start my own multimedia business or company, and when that day comes, the first thing I am going to remember are the knowledge that I gained during this course. Now, allow me to elaborate. To start managing the business, there are certain principles that an owner or a manager has to follow. First things first, starting the business. Once the business has been set up, the job isn't finished yet. The owner must create a vision of what he or she wants the company or the organization to be in the future. Also, the owner must make a mission where the owner recognizes their objective as a company and what approach they will be in order to reach their certain objective. To summarize what I just said, creating a mission vision is important in order for the company to be motivated. Motivation is also a vital key in managing a business. However, I will discuss this topic furthermore later. Let's discuss the OAP first because it ties closely to the purpose of mission vision. OAP stands for Objective, Activities, and Policies. These are very important because it will be the driving force of the company. The objective is the main motivator for the people in the company because having an objective or a goal, the people will have a standard to set themselves up to, thus propelling the company further. Activities, however, sets up a date of completion for the activities. This is also a great motivator because it sets up the time frame for where the people of the company can follow. Policies acts as the main moral code inside the company. With this, it helps the company to set up standards for their work, improving the quality of every product. Now, let's talk about the importance of having an organizational structure. Having an organizational structure in a company is very important because each position serves as a building block that helps the structure of a stable company. There are a few different types of organization structures. Those types are departmentation of enterprise function, departmentation of territory or geography, departmentation by customer group, departmentation by product, and matrix organization. Now, the function of enterprise function is grouping the activities according to the functions of the enterprise. The function of territory or geography is the grouping of activities by the area or territory that is common to the enterprise, operating over a wide geographic area. Customer groups reflect the primary interest of the customers. By product is the grouping of activities according to the products or product line, and matrix organization is the combination of functional and project or the product patterns of departmentation in the same organization structure. Each of these types is very useful depending on what type of company that uses it. Some companies have different or mixed organization structures, which where it best suits the need of said company. Another big factor in a company is leading or having a great leader. But what makes a great leader? A great leader must be honest, creative, a great decision maker, an inspiration, confident, has passion for the job, a great communicator, and empathy. A great leader must also be a great motivator for the people in the company. With the right motivation, the owner can improve the performance of the people. There are 10 motivation theories that can be used in companies or businesses. The first one being the Douglas McGregor Theory X and Theory Y, which assumes the motivation is by the nature of a person, whether that person likes what he's doing or not. The next is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where the person is more motivated when he or she needs it more. Clayton Adelpher's ERG theory is where people are motivated by the existence of needs, relatedness, and growth. Frederick Hirschberg motivation hygiene theory states that the presence of certain factors in the same organization is natural. The presence of some does not lead to motivation. However, there are no presence lead to motivations. Vroom's expectancy theory states that the people are motivated to do things to reach a goal. Porter and Lawler model suggests that motivation is based more on the values of the reward. Equity theory is influenced by the individual's judgment. Goal-setting theory of Edwin Locke states that when an objective is in a higher standard, people are more motivated. B.F. Skinner's reinforcement theory states that individuals can be motivated by proper design of their work environment. David McClelland's need theory suggests that motivation is the need of power, affiliation, and achievement. Leaders use these theories to motivate the people in the company. There is also another trait that a leader should have, which is having a great and established fellowship with the coworkers. The manager in Illustria does this. The manager states that he doesn't see himself as above from his people. Instead, he sees himself as a big part of a family. This helps his people to approach him in a manner that is kindly. A great sense of communication for a team is also vital, since a well-connected team can go a long way. The last thing I want to discuss is how a manager must have control in his or her company. As an example, I want to elaborate on how the manager of Illustria manages the company. When you talk about how he controls his people, it's not like he's above them or doing jobs. Instead, he wants his people around him to feel comfortable when working. He wants to have a close relationship with his coworkers. Even though the main bosses of Illustria have strict schedules and instructions, the manager does not pressure them to do the work harder, and also makes the workers feel at home as much as possible. Their way of controlling is called preliminary control, which means the operations occur before executing the plan. There is also another type of control called concurrent, which means the operation is being carried out while planning. Feedback controls focuses on the use of information of the result of the operation. This occurs only after the execution of the plan. More or less, these types can be mixed and combined depending on the situation of the company. All of these principles are very essential when I finish college and start working with the studio, or better yet, my very own business in multimedia. With all these principles I have learned, I can use it to manage said businesses. And even if I'm working on a studio and not a multimedia business owner, I can still use the knowledge of what I have learned because I will know how a company or a business works. As always, thank you for watching.